100.
Welcome to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Sunday. Sunday. Happy birthday to my beautiful daughter. She turns 25 today on this 1/8/2023. Not only happy birthday to my daughter, but happy New Year's to my two men, Mr. Big E and Mr. Jonah. How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Bringing the new year. I hope everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We're going to get the show started, folks. Like I said, football's over. We got the national championship game to be played tomorrow night. By the time this show comes out, we'll have a national championship, and I have a national champion, and I'm going to pick them TCU Horned Frogs because I just think Georgia, I got to tell you all the time, it's hard to go undefeated. Georgia should have got beat by Ohio State. Just kind of like my son Gabe Johnson. They don't know how to close it last. Don't know how to close it. Got to learn how to close it. But shout out to him and the UCO wrestling team going up to nationals and rushing in the national jewels in Louisville, Kentucky. He had a hell of a tournament. I guess the last match he decided, hey, I'm going to take this match off and lose 6-5 as he was up 5-1. It's tough love over here because I keep it 100. Even though he's my kid, I still love him. But we got to close it out, son. We got to close the deal to make the deal to get on that podium back in come here in March. Fellas, what else is going on?
Nothing. Not much. Just, it's a new year, the first show of the new year.
First show, Big E.
So,
got Jonah back. We brought him back, man. We upped his contract. We told him we'll give him 2 cents on his gas, so he came back.
I need that 2 cents, too.
Okay, we'll give it to you. Well, we are going to have a special guest today, right?
Yes, we are.
Mr. Dayton.
Forsythe from Dale.
Basketball. Folks. Ooh, this boy's cold. Hey, Steve Kerr, you ain't got that on this young man. Stephen Curry. I'm telling you, I got to go chance to watch Dale play the other night, since it's kind of break, me and my baby girl been going out and hitting some games, man. It's nothing like taking your daughter out to watch basketball, football. If you're a father, spend time with your kids, man. It's a good time. Because you know what? You never know when's going to be their last day. I tell you that young lady that has the son that got hurt last week on that Monday night game. Anybody watch that Monday night game, I'm telling you, everybody stop and drop what they was doing because I'm telling you, the young man, he died on the field and came back. I'm sitting next to a guy that knows, a little bit about the medical field. I tell your babies you love them because you never know when they're going to come back because that's some real stuff, man. And just to see him talking and moving his hands now, everybody can say, and he'll tell you right now, what does your shirt say, Jonah? God is dope.
God is dope.
Hey, God is good. God is good, man. Tell the man sometimes. You might not go to church every Sunday, but just tell him thank you for what you do for me every day in my life. It's good to see Mr. Hamilton seem like he's going to recover and get back to full strength. But it's just good to see, everything's going to be okay because it could have been a bad tragedy. And I tell you right now, a lot of guys wouldn't want to go out there and play, Monday night, Sunday night, any night football because, that's tough, man. If you saw that tackle, it was just a regular old tackle that you see every day. You probably see that more in Little League because they grab around the head and throw them down and all that. So coaches teach these guys how to tackle. And like I said, I'm a challenge the NFL. I know
it wasn't the tackle; it was a heart attack.
Well, the heart attack, everything. Just the head.
It was a cardiac.
But I'm gonna challenge the NFL a little bit, guys, on this show. I know they might not get it. If somebody can get it to their hands and let them know, keep it 100. Hey, pay these guys a little bit more, man. A little bit more money. Take care of them.
Right.
I know at my job I got short-term, long-term disability.
It's the insurance. After 5 years, they don't have insurance anymore. They have to go find.
You know what I'm saying? All that work and these guys work. I don't care. It takes a lot to make it to the NFL, any sport, NBA, hockey, any sport, Major League. It takes a lot to get there. So pay these guys if they do get there and take care of them on the insurance. If it's not, take care of them on the money, but at least take care of them on the medical bills. But I tell you, man, it's good to see the world come together, grab hands and pray. And no matter what color, race you are, sex you are, it's good to see the world come to that, man. And I tell you, that's the most important thing is that at the end of the day, this young man's going to be healthy. He's going to be, I don't know if he ever play football again, but he'll be healthy enough to, to walk around and hopefully spend time with his, if he has any kids or anything like that. But I know his mama, I know she's happy, and everybody said a prayer, man. So that prayer, when people say pray for me, that's strong because God did His work. He did His work that last week. He put His work in. Big E, what's going on? Because I know you can preach. Yeah,
I think it was just cool, it was an an unfortunate situation, but you know, there's a silver lining in it. You know, you saw guys pray on the field, and
Yes, sir.
you saw one of the sports broadcasters, I forget his, Dan Orlovsky. You know, he was praying live on air. You know, it kind of brought light to the Lord. You know, and you know, that's kind of what he does. You know, he takes an unfortunate situation and he kind of brings some light to it. And you know, the main thing is though, you know, DeMar is doing good. He's awake.
Yes, sir. Yes,
saw him
sir.
post on Twitter. You know, he's watching the game with his family right now, and you know, he's responding and everything. Looks like he's gonna be able to make a recovery. So you know, that's the main thing right there. But yeah, I remember I was at work when it had happened, and my buddy was watching the game on his phone. He had showed me, he was like, dude, this isn't good. Like, this doesn't look good at all. And
Man, I get a phone call
so-
from Roman. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and you know, Roman's my boy for many years, and you know, Roman had a tragedy in his life, and he knows what it's all about. He calls me, man, and tells me, and I'm sitting here at the dinner table. Me and Jessica, we're sitting here just kind of, you know, I'm doing some. Actually, I'm gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I was doing some of my reviews for my guys, and I'm sitting there looking at it, and the game kind of just stopped. I was like, man, this been here for a minute, and then you know. I think I changed the channel, came back, and then we rewinded, and we saw the hit, and I mean, my wife starts crying, man. She starts like, man, he's the same age as our kids, and like I just told you, my oldest, you know, turned 25 today, you know, so I mean, he is. He could have been one of my kids though, but like I said, God is good. He finds a way to get you through, you know, tragedy. You know, I tell people all the time, you know, New Year's Eve, I'm at that age, man. I don't go do none of that stuff, and the young man, you know, from Millwood ended up getting killed, you know, down at the bar, man. And this guy was playing football for Fort Hays. It's unfortunate he has a young, you know, 2-year-old son. I think that's what they said he had. And this guy was doing good stuff. It's not like he was gang banging, like he wasn't. He was in the streets and he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I challenge all you young men and women that's out there. You know, sometimes stay away from them clubs. You know, just have a couple group of your buddies that you can trust at your house because.
But it's like, why? I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's just like we can't even live anymore.
I mean, I mean,
but that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, that's why
you shouldn't have to be worried about.
No, but you shouldn't though. But you see it every day though. You see it every day. It's a challenging life, man. Knuckleheads. You know, back in the day when we was, you know, especially me and Jonah, we're a little bit older than you, Big E. But back in the day when things wasn't right, we didn't go running in the house and go get a gun. Mama say go out there and get him in the play box and put your knuckles up. And then who won? Mama put some peas in your head. You got beat up. And I'm not saying that's what you need to go do out there, but I'm just saying, man, I've never owned a gun. I never shot a gun. And I mean, anybody that knows me, I'm really against guns. But if you have a gun, I'm not going. I mean, I know my brother has a gun, and I don't know if you got a gun.
No, I don't have one. No.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just not a gun guy, you know. I just think a lot of bad things can go bad when you have a gun. But I'm not saying nothing for you hunters out there because I know some of y'all like to go in the woods and shoot Bambi and the little poor duck. But I'm saying, hey, that's your hobby. My hobby's doing this show, so I'm not mad at you.
It's not the gun; it's the person that has the gun.
No, but you're right though. But the point is though, how's these guys getting these guns? If we didn't sell guns at all, nobody gets shot. And that's keeping it what?
It's called corporate.
That's keeping it what?
100.
100.
But I'm just saying.
But we don't need guns. What do we need a gun for? Why? If we went to war, hey, let's just battle up. Hey, Russia, USA, let's battle up. Let's have a wrestling.
Not everybody gonna play fair.
But I'm
Someone
saying,
breaks in your
Guns the
house, what you
equalizer.
gonna do?
I'm gonna get my baseball bat because he ain't gonna have a gun.
How you know what he had?
But if we didn't sell guns, nobody have a gun.
Right, I get that.
You see what I'm saying?
But it makes money.
No, the people would find a way to get guns. It's
But
the
I'm
same way.
saying-
he's saying if
Crack's
I'm saying if
illegal,
we didn't-
but
but
people
no,
out there
but
trying to get crack.
No,
I
he's
know,
saying
but I'm
like
saying
there
if
was
nobody
no
had a
such
gun,
thing
Big
as
E,
guns.
we wouldn't have to worry
I
about
don't
it.
have to worry about it. Right.
I mean, you
but-
see what I'm saying, though? I mean, you get a young
but
man.
Say that to
but-
the gun maker.
I mean, I'm right there with you. Like I said, I can't go out there and fight the battle about guns because there's a lot of people that like guns. I'm one of my good friends, Eric Sanford. He got a whole closet of guns. What's that little thing you got?
Gun case?
Safe case with guns. Man, he probably got more. He think the what they call them, the zombies are coming, you know. Yeah. So Eric, thank you for doing Line X, but I mean, he's a gun guy, you know. I mean, but I'm not mad at him. I mean, that's what he likes. He likes that. I mean, I like cars. I like I like good music. You know, everybody got their own little hobby, but I'm just saying I'm not a gun guy. I think these knuckleheads get guns because what happens is you get into the club, you get the beef, and they get to talk, then they go outside and get the pop. For what?
Because they don't know how to use these.
That's it. So their mama should have taught them. You know, I mean, I'm just keeping it, man. I just think we can kill it. We can stop a lot of this killing if we didn't have guns. Think about it.
They're still gonna find another way to kill somebody.
Man, you got a better chance of a guy coming at you with a knife because you can go throw something at him, but you can't dodge a bullet. You can maybe dodge a knife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. What else going on, though? I know.
Let's get back to that guy with the football player. Me and Noah were watching the game.
Yes, sir.
And he's like, "What's going on?" I had to change the channel because he plays football, and I didn't want him to see it. And I was just like, "Wow." He kept asking. I was like, to this day, he don't know what happened. I just didn't want to tell him.
So as a father, do you let your son continue playing football, or do you say, "Hey, man, we got to go do something else"?
I think about that every day. Track is start right now. I don't let him do tournaments. I let him play about.
The thing about that injury is that injury is not common.
I think the vaccine.
That's what I heard.
Okay, what about energy drinks?
Man, you gotta drink. I mean, it's possible.
No, I'm just asking because I know my wife was griping about it. She's like, Gabe wanted some Celsius, and she's like, I'm not buying them Celsius.
No,
my mom's the same way about me in energy drinks.
Energy drinks can make you.
Yeah, but I think if how much you're drinking though, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. When
I don't know.
I'm only drinking one a day, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, it's about how many you're drinking, and also depends on the person. If you have preconditioning, so it's like, yes, possible. The NFL's not gonna let that just. If he has a heart problem, they're not gonna fight it because they're not gonna invest into it.
Right.
So
could it be like an underlying condition that maybe he didn't even know about himself?
Yeah.
But no, the NFL's gonna go through that like CT, MRI, echoes, labs. They're gonna extensive because they're putting money. They're investing into this guy.
Right.
I mean, just like a basketball player that just passes out on the court.
Man, before we get started, we're gonna talk. Before we bring Mr. Dalton on from Dale, Oklahoma. People's like, "Where's Dale? Where's Dale?" I had somebody last night. I was at the.
It's out there near Shawnee.
It's by Shawnee. I said it's just like a little
by the Grand Casino. If you know where that's at.
You know what it's like? It's like they just said, bloop, and dropped the neighborhood in.
One street light.
One street light. I don't know they got a street light. Got a stop sign.
Go. They got a Walmart and a Sonic.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's kind of its own place, but Dale is known for its girls and boys basketball and girls
baseball.
And baseball, big baseball. I think they won 18-19.
Yeah,
he plays baseball too, so when we get him on,
18-19 championships.
Yeah, they win, boy. They win after all they do is win, baby, win. But Big E, let's talk about your Sooners real quick because OSU, they don't even have a team. I'll tell you right now. Poor Gundy, man. I don't know what he's doing out there, what he did to them players. Everybody and their mama packing them saying, "Hey, put me in the portal." Even the custodian said, "Put him in the portal."
He said the field manager.
I saw that. I saw that there's a joke online that is because they're doing stadium renovations out in Stillwater. It's like shit. Even the stadium hit the portal.
I mean, what's Gundy doing? What do you make everybody mad?
Honestly,
not doing.
Yeah, I think it's time for Gundy to go. I think it's just a new era of college football. He's kind of too old-fashioned and everything. He's not willing to adapt. You got to get somebody in there that's willing to adapt.
I don't know his dad.
I think he just doesn't care. He has that.
I mean, if I make
here's the thing.
He has that buyout.
Yeah, I mean,
if I'm making $7.5 million, I don't give a shit about nothing.
And how much is the buyout?
I don't know. I don't know his contract details, but I think it's also. I think the school's loyal to him too.
No. And that's the thing about it. Boone Pickett is rest in peace. But who's gonna fire Gundy? Yeah. Nobody's gonna fire Gundy.
Right.
And I mean, I will say Gundy is true to his coaches though, because everybody's saying he should fire Dunn. His
he should.
He only had it. Was it 1 year?
He's part of the reason.
It's just 1 year.
I mean, everything that I'm seeing, like from insiders, because I've been following.
But you gotta realize, folks, Ethan is an OU fan, so he's over there hating on OSU.
Well, no. I'm not even I'm genuinely curious as to like why are all these OSU players hitting the portal?
I mean, everybody.
So it's like I think Dunn's part of the problem from what I've read. I mean, these subliminal tweets that all these guys are putting out. All these OSU players are putting out. I don't think they. I
haven't read any. I mean, tell me a couple, Big E.
How much leverage can an assistant coach have?
Well, everybody. I mean, I know I went up there for junior day for the boys, man, and I mean, the guy do walk around like he's the best thing since sliced bread, brother.
Who is
this? Coach Dunn. I mean, I think that time he was just a receivers coach, and now he's offensive coordinator. I mean, I don't know the guy from Adams Eve, but just when I went up there for junior day with my son. Just the way he kind of walked around, he's arrogant. Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, man, don't forget where you come from because you can be looking for a job tomorrow. So that's one thing about it. Stay humble. And I tell every young man and woman that stay humble, no matter how good you are. It's like when, it's kind of like with my kid, I want to post when he does good, but I'm going to post when he does bad You know, a lot of people won't do that. They won't they go crickets when their kid do something wrong. And I'm gonna let you know. I mean, like yesterday, mine didn't do good. I let people know because I just don't want to post when he does good. Yeah, that's my kid. Then he does bad. Go hide under the bush. No, he got to learn, live and learn. You know, that's just part of life. So we're all gonna have hiccups and stuff like that. But I don't know what's going on in Oklahoma State. I hope they get it figured out. I mean, it's big time. You know,
no, keep it the same.
I will say, with OU, I thought they played a great bowl game. Defense still kind of did their thing. Can Gabriel win your national championship? No. I know they're gonna have some.
Who can though?
Who's that?
That I believe in?
Who's
Jackson Arnold.
It
may not.
That kid ain't even touched the field. Man, get out of here.
No.
Hey, man, go take a nap.
Did you see him in that All-American?
He's going against high school kids.
He's going against kids that he's going to be going against here in 2-3 years.
Oh, no. I mean, you got these kids that's 6 or 7 year seniors.
He does got a pretty ball. I'll give you that, but.
Yeah. And he can run too.
I'm gonna tell you this
in
though.
The pocket with not.
He can run. The dude, he's
right, but I'm saying
he has almost 1,000 yards rushing and another 24 touchdowns on the ground.
That's in high school.
Hey, but
he doesn't have to
at the highest level.
Big E,
Texas football.
Still high school.
Big E.
Technically, Texas not mecca of football. It's Florida.
No,
that's debatable.
Yeah,
no, I would say Texas.
You could throw California in there too.
No, you can't say California. California don't start playing sports in 6th
Well, I mean, California,
grade.
you got like modern day.
Isn't
St. John Bosco out there?
Man, they got
but I'm just saying. I mean, you could say
Carl
Carl Albert then.
You can
say Carl Albert's a
Carl Albert would not stand a chance against any of these Texas.
I'm just saying, but you can say. I'm saying you're talking about schools. I'm saying
schools. I'm talking about the state.
I'm saying you can say Bixby's a powerhouse of Oklahoma.
Right, that's Oklahoma. Bixby can't go nowhere and do that.
No.
But anyways, back to OU. I really do like the class that they signed. I think this is one of those like foundational classes that yeah. And then in the portal too, they got Trace Ford from OSU. I think that's a good.
Time out. Let's talk about that real quick.
South Carolina defensive.
Let's talk about that real quick. How do you jump? I mean, seriously, for 4 years you banged against OU. Banged against them. But, I mean, OSU Cowboy. For 4 years you did that.
Business decision.
Man, get the hell out of here with that.
Jeez.
So you tell me we went to Memphis City.
Yes.
We went to Memphis City.
Yes.
We going to jump over to Del C our senior year?
Yes. YES.
If it's the best decision for him.
One year
Look,
I'm gone.
He knows he can make an impact at OU.
Right. He's going to get in better position. He's thinking about draft pick. He ain't worried about OSU. Fuck about OSU. Fuck about OU too. I'm trying to get first round draft pick.
Yeah. So you don't think he could have got that at OU? At OSU?
No.
Why?
It's OSU.
What's that? Jason Taylor? I mean, Jason
25
Taylor?
May. He ain't going first round, but 25 May. But
I think he should have came back one more year.
No, he did everything he could do.
Nah, his draft stock. I think
it's the highest it's going to be.
What do you think he's going to be going?
He'll be a late day 2, early day 3.
Day 2 or day 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Jason. What I'm saying, name me an OSU player that you can think of in the NFL right now.
Old boy from Detroit, Rodriguez.
He got lucky. That's because he got hurt. That Vince is gonna run out.
I had this conversation with one of my buddies who's a diehard OSU fan.
Hey, they're running back.
OSU players are not making an impact in the NFL like OU players are.
Right. North Carolina.
North Carolina.
With Chuba, the running back.
He's third string.
I mean, he's still getting.
He's third string.
Hey, right. He's still getting a check.
Well, second string now since they traded McCaffrey, but. Third string.
Look like your wife just ordered. She just pulled one box out. Then like God.
But look, OU's got 3 starters at quarterback.
They have how many Pro Bowls?
2 wide receiver 1 and 2.
How many Pro Bowls?
Right. Offensive linemen across the board.
I got you. I hear what you're saying, but you should have went there out of the high school.
They didn't recruit him.
That was under the old staff.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I wish Mims would have stayed one more year.
Why?
No, I mean,
I wish the tight end was coming back.
Me being an OU
number 9.
He was out of eligibility. He was. No,
I'm saying I wish he had one more year though. I like him though.
Yeah, he's a good
player.
I didn't like him. He didn't stretch the field enough. Yeah, he was a possessional tight end.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, playing against Florida State, I thought they played an excellent ball game.
Just came up a little bit short.
Couple timeouts. Yeah. You're right.
Well, they were running with like the second and third string offensive line.
No, you're right. And poor Sexton, he gets in there in his first game as a starter.
And he gets hurt.
He gets hurt.
How did he get hurt?
I don't know. I was listening to the game on the
line
radio
did
for the
pretty
most
good
part.
up to me.
No, they did good. I thought Gabriel held the ball a couple times, but for the most part, though, I think they showed they got
on my
two.
damn nerves.
He's gone. They got two good running backs, so I think then they got another good running back coming in. So I think OU's going to be in good shape. I think they'll win. I kind of called it last year. I think they'll win eight to 9 games this year. Go to a better bowl game. I think TCU is not going to worry, even win or lose the ball in the national championship
got
game.
A lot of.
They're kind of top heavy. They're going to be losing a lot of guys.
No, but they got guys coming in. I mean, when you got guys,
all that was Porter.
When you got guys leaving Alabama coming in, I mean, hey, that just tells you right there.
Yeah, but I mean, it is kind of remarkable to see like you're one of that coaching staff turning around in there and playing for a national championship.
Well, they had defense, just didn't have any offense.
Yeah, it just
Sonny Dykes.
Sonny Dykes. I think him and the staff that he brought around. I think that
isn't that what's his name's brother?
Lincoln Riley's brother. Yeah, he's the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So I mean, just the staff that he was able to build.
Lincoln's gonna be fine. Once he get a defense, he's gonna be fine, man.
He's got to fire Grinch.
No,
he's got to fire Grinch.
It's not even that. It's just he focuses on offense too much.
Yeah, but I'm saying once he gets some guys there, though.
No. Here's Lincoln's problem.
The defensive player is not going to go to an offensive-minded coach.
I think Lincoln should relieve his duties of calling plays.
No, that's not the problem.
No. Why do you think that?
Well, no. Let him be a head coach. You give an offensive coordinator that you trust with your offense to call the plays, and then you let.
For what reason though?
Nah. I mean,
it's a lot to be a head coach of a team and an offensive coordinator.
You don't have to have that much defense in that conference.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to have that much defense.
He's not going to get.
I'm gonna tell you right now. We ain't talked about.
You got beat by an American Conference school in a bowl game.
Yeah, he almost got beat by OU by that same team.
Yeah, Tulane.
That is true.
Yeah. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you though, what beat them is the fair catch.
The fair catch. Yeah, they was gonna lose anyway.
No, they wasn't.
Yeah,
they wasn't. Caleb Williams the real deal.
And what does that mean?
Caleb Williams the real deal.
Football like
Caleb Williams needs to hit the portal again.
Why?
I mean, he's doing
just
good.
Got one more year and just go to the league.
I guess. Hit the portal for. No,
go get him a national championship.
He's gonna win it. Hey, I'm tell you one thing before we go get Mr. Dalton is guess who's coming?
Oh, the Bucks.
Hey, Deion said he coming.
He may beat that conference.
Not in year one. I don't think.
Deion will
like TCU. I think
Deion will put on the show next year.
I'll give it year 2. I mean, they'll be improved for
the guy got 8.
Definitely.
The guy got 8 toes. He's gonna put on the show.
Yeah, but I mean, USC still going to be competitive in that conference. Utah, Oregon.
But what's Deion? He's a defensive mind coach.
Defensive mind coach.
Oh yeah.
Caleb just sitting in there.
Yeah, Caleb ain't getting no rush at all. But one thing about it, somebody made a comment before we go real quick. We take a quick break and bring on Dalton. Somebody asked the questions like, how can a guy be offensive minded and be in shotgun on the 1 yard line? That's keeping it true, though. Why?
Cocky.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't think he was going to lose that game to Tulane. And, I mean, everything he done, winning the Heisman and all that, it all went down the drain losing to Tulane because you shouldn't lose to a team like that. But we got to take a quick break before we can bring Mr. Dalton on. We'll be right back after what?
After one of our sponsors.
Keeping it what?
100
Oklahoma High School Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Keeping 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Sunday, our first show back. We got a special guest straight out of the Shawnee, Tecumseh, Dale area, the one and only outstanding point guard, Mr. Dayton. What's going on, Big Dayton?
Not much. I'm just hanging out at the house with my family today.
Ain't nothing going wrong with that, man. I know you probably tired, man, playing in the Keystone tournament this weekend, and you was after the tournament champions, man. And I know, man, I mean, your name is blowing up, and everybody's trying to call to get an interview. Keep it 100. Myself, Jonah, and Ethan, we want to thank you for coming on the show, man. It helps us, putting great young men and women on the show like yourself. We want to thank you for coming on, especially on a Sunday afternoon where I know you want to rest and relax and you only want to think basketball. But before we get into it, tell us a little bit about yourself, though.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part. What'd you say?
I said tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us who Mr. Dayton is.
Well, I'm a family guy. I love my family. I love all things to do with my family, and obviously, I'm a huge basketball fan, player, and I just love being around it. So that takes up a whole lot of my time. But I also play baseball,
That's what I hear.
and yep. So at Dale, we have two seasons because we don't have football. We play in the fall too, so we have two baseball seasons. And in the spring, my springs are pretty crazy because I'll be doing baseball right as soon as basketball ends, and I'll be doing Team Griffin travel stuff. So that takes a lot of my springtime.
That's good
And
stuff. That's good stuff. So
so that my life is consumed. My life and my parents' lives are consumed with sports.
there's nothing
So
wrong with that. That's good. I mean, it's good to have your family involved with you in sports. I know how it is. I have 5 kids of my own. I had 2 boys that went off and one's wrestling at UCO. He's a starting 157 pounder. My other son was playing football till COVID hit, and he decided to get in the real world. And I'm excited about that because he got him out of my pocketbook. I have 2 daughters. They both cheered in college. One was at UCO, and then she went to Arkansas Tech. And then my other daughter cheered at Baker, and she cheered at over at Hutch. Junior college, and she decided to come back home and be a full-time mom, and so I'm privileged, of my kids all playing sports. And I know you talk about being on Ken Griffin. My daughter's on Della Lamb Adidas 6th grade circuit team, so I know what it's like traveling and being on the road and doing all the things your parents do. Being your dad, talked the other day, man. We probably talked on the phone about an hour. You thought we were like best friends, like high school buddies catching up. But it's just good to have a parents as involved in being in your sports, because a lot of kids don't get to have that. Me and my brother, he's on the show with us, and we both can tell you our dad never watched us play one down of high school or college ball. So it's good to have family members that's involved with you. So you keep doing your thing. But I want to ask you though, because I know you got hot like chicken grease over at Church's Chicken. I know you might not have had that kind of chicken, but I'm just saying, I know you got hot, man. You went and played in the Tournament of Champions. You got to tell everybody about that tournament, man, because you guys been a Dell, a 2A basketball team. Yeah, you won state, but you guys go out there to the Tournament of Champion. It's an invite-only tournament, but you guys didn't go out there and just play it. You guys went out there and won it, and you beat some good teams. So tell us a little bit about that.
yes, sir. It was very surreal. I mean, that's been a goal of ours to prove how good we are against the bigger schools, because that's always been a knock on Dale or on me, is that we're a 2A school and we don't play anybody that's any good. So that the Tournament of Champions was our chance to prove it against the best teams in Oklahoma, and not just the best teams, the biggest schools. And so we came out every game, and we were locked in that whole 32 minutes. And it was really good. It was great competition the whole time. You couldn't take a play off, and it was crazy. I mean, if you were there at the last game, it felt like the entire town of Dale was there to support us.
That's what it's all about, baby. That's what. Hey, that's what I like about basketball. I'm a football guy, but basketball, you in the gym, they talking about defense. Defense.
Yeah.
Clapping the floor, everybody cheering. I got the last night. I know you guys played out in the Kingston tournament, but I went over and watched that Bishop McGinnis. I went and watched Deer Creek and
Dale City.
And no, Deer Creek played Edmond Santa Fe in the finals. I watched Dale City too, but the Deer Creek game was, man, it was just fire, man. I mean, just back and forth. It was packed in that gym. I'm really kind of disappointed in Bishop McGinnis having all that money and having that raggedy gym. You heard it first on Keep It 100.
Is it that bad?
It was pretty bad. I was kind of disappointed. I'm telling you, man, you got all that money over there, and you got everybody praying on that. You got to have a better gym than that. I'm just telling you right now. Keep it at 100. Hey, dog, that's what Dayton, that's one thing about me. I'm gonna keep it 100. But keep telling us about that tournament though, because I know you went off in that tournament, man. And so tell us, for the people that didn't get to go and they're gonna get to watch this show back. Tell us a little bit about who you played and who y'all knocked off in that tournament.
We played Tulsa Union, who is, I'm pretty sure they're like top 3 in biggest enrollment in the state, if I'm not wrong. And they had a 7-footer, 6'7", a 6'7" coming off the bench. And if you know about us, we have a 6'6", and then the rest of us are 6'1" or lower.
Yes, sir.
So we were outmatched in the first game, but I mean, it didn't matter. Obviously, we just did what we did, and we outran them, and we won that game by about 15. And then Crossings is really good. They upset Evan North. I mean, it was an upset, but I wasn't that surprised. Crossings is a really good team, and they're really well coached, and it was really fun to play against them because they play similar to the way we do.
Yes,
so it was a great matchup, and it was really fun that whole game. It was a closer game than the final score being 15, but it did we ended up pulling away at the end, and so that and then in the finals, Tulsa Memorial. I mean, they beat Del City in the finals last year.
Yes,
obviously,
sir.
they're way good. Yep, and that was back and forth the whole game. I think I saw that there was 13 ties and like 11 lead changes or something crazy like that. So it was a great game to watch and be a part of. And in the finals, I mean, something would happen, and we were all just out there. We were having a blast, really. And I would just look at my teammates and just tell them like, this is too fun to be mad. And so we're
I like that.
Yeah, so we were just out there. We were having a blast.
That's good.
It was
stuff.
a lot of fun.
That's good stuff. So I mean, I know right now that the recruiting has gotten hot after you guys win that tournament. You put up big numbers in that tournament. I know OU came knocking on the door, OSU and Wake Forest. For a young man that's just a junior, especially being in Oklahoma, Wake Forest is, it's a good, not taking that from OU and OSU, but Wake Forest has always been a good basketball. I think that's what Tim Duncan went, right? Yeah.
Yes,
so
sir.
it just tells you that how much respect that your name is out there. Like you said, you play for Team Griffin, but you know what it takes to the work you put in, and for the young listeners that's out there, tell them what kind of work you put in, how many shots you getting up a day, what are you doing to make yourself better? Because if you relax, somebody's gonna catch you. And I know the type of athlete you are, like I said, being a baseball player, going from one sport to the next sport. Tell the listeners out there, what does it take to compete and keep being the best you can be?
It takes a lot of hard work. I put in during baseball season, I don't get to be in the gym as much. So what I do is when we have a game, baseball game after school, I wouldn't be able to shoot after the baseball games. It'd be way late. And so I go in at like 6 o'clock in the morning before school and I try to put up 500 shots a day at least.
Ooh,
and then if we don't have a game, I would just go in after baseball practice and do the same thing. So, and then I go to Performance Health or Athletes Health First, which is they're kind of tied with Team Griffin, which is what I do to like help strengthen and take care of my body during basketball season, and a lot of strength stuff when it's not basketball season. So I do that a lot, and I go to Nate Logan in Midwest City 2 or 3 times a week. That's like skills training, basketball training. So it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of work, and it's all worth it once the rewards start coming in, and I'm very thankful for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all have any questions for us?
Just with your recruitment and everything, and it jumping off the way you did, man, what was I trying to get at with this? Just some of those conversations that you have with some of these coaches, working that hard all your life, does it feel like some of that work's finally paying off?
Yes, sir. It feels great. I mean, that's what you work for. That's what you work for, is to see the rewards come in. And it was a crazy week last week, but it was amazing. I really enjoyed every second of it.
Well, I mean, that's big time, like I said, the work that you're putting in and what you're doing, like I said, being a two-sport athlete and getting recruited, I know you got a younger brother on the team, and, for the listeners that don't know about Dale, I got a chance to go watch you play the other night. Your ladies and you guys both put on the show against Jones Longhorns, a team that, I know the boys are pretty. I think they beat you guys last year. You guys got your revenge this year. In the game just the other night. But I kind of watched you play the game the other night, and you got some other guys that can step up, man.
For sure.
I mean, for the listeners that don't know, name some of the guys that that's on your side that helped you night in and night out. Help score buckets.
I mean, we have 7 dudes that are all so capable of doing great things, and Deacon Jones, Easton
Deacon Jones.
Edmonton.
That's the name I was ready to hear because Deacon Jones. I'm telling you right now, if you didn't know and you're walking in the game and Dayton had the night off and you saw Deacon play, you'd think that was Dayton.
Oh, really?
Because Deacon got game. He got game too.
Yes, sir.
And I just tell you right there, man. The name Deacon Jones is It's like a church name, huh?
It's like an old football name.
Yeah. I think it is a football guy though. That's what Roman said. It's an old football guy. But I hate to interrupt you on that. But I know Deacon Jones was one of the guys that stood out to me the other night. And the little redhead guy, man, he's a little feisty. What's his name?
Easton Edmonton.
Okay,
Yep.
Yeah. He a little firecracker boy.
Yep.
I like him though, man. I'm telling you, man. I told your dad the other day watching y'all play, man. If anybody came and watched you, man, and they sat down in the stands, and if you guys was to put Indiana Hoosiers jerseys on, they'd think y'all was watching the Hoosiers.
Is that how they play?
That's how they play.
A lot of passing?
We've been told that a lot.
Man, I'm telling you, man, it's so weird.
5 passes before you shoot?
Nah, I'm telling you, man, they know what each other's at, man. I'm thinking it was weird. It's like they all had magic powers. Like, I'm going to go here, bing, and they throw the ball there, and it's like, whoa, like, how did he know he's going to be there? I'm just telling you, man, and like he said, if you seen this team, you be like, how in the hell did they beat this team? How they beat that team? Because they was in warm-ups, man. I didn't know they had anybody dunk. I didn't know you could dunk until your dad sent me some pictures. I was like, man, this guy's just a straight shooter, but he got some hops. But I'm just saying, if you seen this team, you're going to be like, how the hell? I'm just telling you, man.
Just outside shooting.
Hey, they
or
can
what is
shoot.
it? Like
They
pick
can
and
go.
roll?
They can go. Hey, they can go. I'm telling you right now. Jonah, they just went to the tournaments of champions and won it.
Park is just old school basketball. No one plays that
They
anymore.
get up, man. They play defense. They up in your face. I mean, they
pressing?
They can go, man. I'm thinking, what? I mean, I had to take a double take. Like, I slapped myself 2 times. I said, these guys can go, and the girls can go. So, hey, I'm telling you right now, the athletic direction, the principal over at Dell, hey, they need to get a raise because they doing big things out there. Because I'm telling you, y'all shut down Shawnee, Tecumseh, Port Bethel, everybody. Hey, I'm telling you right now, Dell's the spot. Dell's the spot. I'm just telling you, Dell got it going on. But I'm going to let you keep naming some of the players, though.
Did we lose him?
I'm sorry, I can't really hear you. You're kind of cutting out.
I'm sorry. I said, go ahead and name some of the other players. I know I cut you off with Deacon Jones, but
Oh, yeah. We got Levi Kelly, Trayden Chambers, and we got my little brother Denton, who's doing great as a freshman. And we also have Jet Higdon, who he does all the dirty work for us. He's a great player. He's a sophomore, but he broke his foot.
Yeah, he can go too.
About a month ago, so he's been in a cast and he's down in a boot. But we're hoping to get him back soon.
And
they're all like last night. We were at the Kingston tournament, and afterwards they were announcing the all tournament team. And obviously, not all of our players got an all tournament team, but the players that they were calling, we were all sitting there like, he wouldn't be able to play for us. He wouldn't be able to play for us.
y'all the clown the other team. I like it. So y'all got a little swag out there in Dale, huh? Y'all little Tupac out there.
He said Tupac.
No, so let's talk about your little brother, man, because I know him being a freshman and all the things that you're getting. I know it's kind of hard to follow in your footsteps, but he's a good player himself. So, give little brother a little shout out because I know he wants to follow in big brother's footsteps and do the same thing you're doing.
No, yes, sir. He's doing a great job as a freshman. He plays for Team Griffin also.
Okay.
They were really good last year, and they're going to be really good again. And he probably end up being taller than I am, but he still won't be able to jump higher than me, though.
I like it. So, who's a better shooter, though?
Me. He's doing really good, though. He's doing really good. He's doing everything that he's asked of and more, and he's not playing like a freshman out there for sure.
So how many points? What's the most you put up in the game?
Me?
Yes, sir.
37. That was in the state championship last year.
Okay.
Wow.
And this is the funny thing about it, Jonah and Ethan. This team got everybody coming back next year, so they're not losing nobody.
Man.
Yes, sir.
And the guy that he's talking about that's hurt, he'll be back hopefully at the end of the season. And they won state last year, so they got a chance to make a run for a few more years. And I just tell you right now, the ball they play, man, I got to give it up to your head coach, man. And I got to talk to Coach Johnson the other day. That's how I kind of got we got to talking about you. And, he kind of, I hit him up on Twitter and he passed me information. And He gave me your dad's information. And like I said, I know we got crossed up, but I'm really excited that you coming on, man. It's always good to have a great athlete like you come on the show, just because it just shows people, man. I mean, hard work pays off, and if people hearing what you're doing and getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, getting up 500 shots, it don't come easy, man. It ain't like you sitting at home eating Cheerios and Cocoa Puffs. You out here working, so and that's what the other young men and women need to hear, because at the end of the day, hard work pays off. I know you got, I know I've kind of mentioned some of the schools like OU, OSU, and Wake Forest. Who else is looking at you?
I've been talking to a coach from Nebraska a little bit, and I was texting with a coach from Purdue. So those are two new ones that I've been talking.
Purdue's a good school too for basketball.
There you go. Hey, this tells you right here, Oklahoma's on the map, man. People want to talk about Texas and this, but Oklahoma has great basketball, man. Kansas, they can't touch Oklahoma. It's crazy just to see the type of athletes we have, man. And especially, I love it because it's a small school like Dale's, a 2A school, is getting itself on the map, man. You saw what's that team, Cato. A couple weeks ago, they knocked off Carl Albert girls and Tuttle girls and won the ADA tournament. It doesn't matter what class you in, as long as you go out there and play the game, and that's what your coach got you guys doing. So, good luck to you. I mean, who you guys got next on the map that you're gonna knock off? Because right now, you guys are hot.
We play Wewoka on Friday.
Is that gonna be a tough game?
I don't think so.
You can keep it 100. Hey, this show is called Keep It 100. We don't
no,
want
it shouldn't. It shouldn't be.
So who's going when you get in the playoffs and all that? Because I always tell people it's hard to go undefeated. It really is, man. I mean, it's
yes,
tough,
sir.
But I mean, every time you play somebody, you're their championship game or their district championship game. So everybody's you're everybody's big game. So you guys got to stay focused in, night out, night in. So who is going to be the team that, when you do get to the playoffs and the big tournament, who's going to be the team knocking on the door that's going to give you guys a lot of fits?
OCA and Preston they're both really good, and we're going to get everybody's best shot. That's what we talk about. We're going to get everybody. It's going to be Game 7 against us. I mean, it'll make everybody's season if they knock us off. So we got to bring it every game, and we can't have a let up. So
that's good. Well, before I let you go, I got a couple more little questions. What's your favorite meal? What's the pregame meal?
Pregame meal, my mom makes spaghetti.
Do you put sugar in it, sweet and low?
No, I do not.
Man, try hey, man.
Not everybody likes sweet spaghetti.
Try a little sweetener on your spaghetti, man. I'm telling you, gonna make your little hair stick up. Bro. I'm telling you, man. That's good stuff, man.
I'll have to try that.
Just don't put it too much, because I don't want your blood sugar to get high. We're out there shooting.
Trying to get the bitter out of it.
Yeah. Just put a little bit in there, man. Get you some butter. Get you a little
butter.
No, I'm talking about his toast.
Oh.
Get you some toast. Get him some bread, some bread. Put some butter on it.
Talking about that spaghetti from the movie The Elf. Putting all that kind of different stuff.
I'm just saying. I'm just telling. Hey, I guarantee
Dayton,
he'll
don't
go.
Do none of that.
Hey, listen, Dayton, don't do that. You're gonna put up 50 tonight. You're gonna be like, man, Tony,
you gonna put up 50 pounds.
I love it. And so, real quick, last one though. Are you I know you got to be a little bit of a gamer. Are you an Xbox or a PlayStation? What are you?
I do not. I don't play video games. But
man, that's why
the man just said he's putting up 500.
I guess he ain't got time to put up. I mean, I figure
you have a question though. Baseball or basketball? If you got a D1 scholarship, which one would you go to?
Basketball, 100%.
Okay.
He said that fast.
What position you play in baseball?
Shortstop, and I pitch.
Okay.
Man,
hey, your parents has done a great job with you, man. It's funny. I found out, you're related to Coach Johnson over at Carl Albert. He has a couple he got a little son that can shoot lights out too. And I asked your dad, I said, much as running the family, because you can shoot lights out and his boy can shoot lights out. So it's good to see, when family members are that athletic, man. And I tell you, man, your parents have done a great job, man. I want to just thank you for coming on this show. Keep doing your thing. We'll catch up in person, man. Like I said, tell your friends about Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. At the end of the year, we give away a scholarship to a young man and lady that might need that parking pass, need that meal paid for. We try to get back. We don't make a dime here. We all about giving to the kids, because at the end of the day, everybody needs a little bit of help. But you keep doing your thing, man. Keep being humble. It's going to take you a long way, man, because I'm telling you right now, you got so much talent. It's unbelievable, man. I'm sitting in the stands last night, and people's talking about you guys, man. And when you're at a big 5A, 6A game, and people's talking about Dale, Oklahoma, and you get brought up, it just tells you, man, you doing big things. So stay humble, stay grounded, because I mean, people's gonna push you and make you do things you don't want to do, because jealousy kills people. And right now, you got a lot of game, and people's jealous of it. Okay.
Yes, sir, for sure. I really appreciate that, and thank you guys for having me.
Man, we love having you, man. I have you on any time, man. You like to cut up, and I like you clown a little bit. So you keep doing your thing, man. Keep those grades up. That's the most important thing. Keep your little brother humble, and tell mom and dad, thank you for letting you come on the show, and we'll catch you next time, okay?
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, folks, that's Mr. Dayton out of Dale, Oklahoma, man. I mean, you heard it first, man. This kid is getting recruited by everybody. By the time it's all said and done, Kansas will be on him. He's a shooting guard, man. I mean, he can play guard. He can play shooting guard. He's about 6'2", 6'3".
How tall is he?
He's 6'2", 6'3". I mean, he got some hops, man. You see it right here on the show, man. He dunking on people, and his buddy behind him is like, wow! You see his face, man. I'm just like, man, he can get up. But I just tell you, man, it's good to see humble young men like that, man. The kid got game, but I tell you what I liked about him the other night.
What's that?
He didn't force nothing. He let Deacon.
Let the game come.
Yeah, he let Deacon do his thing. He let the little redhead dude do his thing, man. They got a 6'7" center, man. They got all the pieces to win another state championship. Will they win another one? They got a good chance. And guess what? They got a better chance next year, because everybody's coming back. And you always know when you're winning like that, and you're in a little small town like that, people's gonna move in.
Right.
Does he got a bunch of athletes on this team? No, he got a bunch of guys that can play the game, and that's why they're going out beating these teams. People think because you got to be 6'9" and you can jump out of a gym that you're gonna beat a team. It's all about being coached, man, and they're well coached up, and they're doing the right things, they're running the right plays.
Work in, not waking up out of bed. Think because you're an athlete, you don't have to do anything.
No, he put that work in.
Right.
And that's what it's all about, man. You heard it first, folks, on here. He's getting up. He's not just saying, oh, I'm good, man. I went to the Jordan camp and I was ranked number 6. No, he's getting up, putting 500-600 shots up a night. Even when I guarantee the nights he don't put up shots, he's doing something in his bedroom, dribbling. He's doing something. So you have to put that work in. I tell my little one over here, you got to work.
She
you
out
gotta
there right
work.
now.
She out there shooting now? Yeah. That's what we do over here at Keep It 100. We put that work in. Thank you, Mr. D, for
giving we.
Well, I drive her to the spot.
She puts the work.
I got to get a little bit of credit, can
I? 10 years ago. How old is she?
She 12.
12 years ago. That's all you did.
Well, let's keep moving, man. Let's keep moving. Big E, what else you got on the map? I know I want to talk before we get back into basketball. I want to talk about Gary Tournament, man. It's one of the biggest tournaments in
wrestling tournament.
Yeah, wrestling tournament in Oklahoma. I want to talk about it real quick. Each year, this is the 78th year of the tournament. This used to be a tournament where Blair Academy would fly in and wrestle. I've been there. I know what it's like, man. I know my son's wrestled it a couple of times. He's done some big things in it. He's won it one year, knocked off a Blair kid. It's probably one of the craziest things ever to see that whole GM go crazy. That Oklahoma kid knocked off a Blair kid. It just tells you how tough this tournament is. Chata has either won it or come a second in this tournament. Chata's not even on the map.
How good are they now?
Chata, they're not very good. Their best probably wrestler is probably the young lady, Peyton. It's probably their best wrestler. But it's like any good program.
They moving all the football players in, not the wrestling players.
No, I don't know about that. I'm not speaking on that.
You got to move all the athletes in. You
okay.
Just put football players.
But I'm just saying, it was a 78 tournament. Stillwater probably walked away with the championship. I think Stillwater and Edmond North is the two top teams in 6A. But Stillwater, when you got a coach named, what's his name down there? John Smith. John Smith with his.
You know more about wrestling than I do.
I'm just saying, I was giving you a test, E. I was trying to see if you knew what we was talking about. But will you put that back on Keep 100 real quick while I talk about this wrestling, and then we'll move on. You got John Smith's youngest, son over at the high school. You're gonna get the best athletes you can get because when you got the man, coaching at the college and you got a son at the high school, guess what? He gonna put a team good enough together to beat everybody, and that's what he's doing. So I'm gonna say Stillwater walked away with the championship over at Gary. Gary's a tough tournament. It's not as tough as it used to be. You don't have Blair come in, but you still got teams coming from Texas and New Mexico, and so there's still good, but it's not like it used to be. Coming in at the 106 pound is Aiden Thomas from Stillwater. Jordan, is it Brick? What is it? How do you Barrick?
Barrick, probably. Yeah.
Barrick Jordan from Stillwater at 113. You got John Smith, the legend himself. His boys at 120. Sammy Smith from Stillwater, wins it. Look at the first 3 weights, folks. It's Stillwater. Then you got Porter from Winfield at 126.
These are the kids that actually won.
These are kids that won
their weight.
That won their weight.
Oh,
then you
all
got
Stillwater.
Yeah, it's all Stillwater. Edmond North, they put a superstar team together, and guess what? They superstars must have went away because they ain't winning. They got a couple on this map, but not too many. Then you got Kel Hughes. I think he's committed to wrestle at Oklahoma State. So is Sammy. Kel Hughes is at Stillwater at 132. He wins it. Then you got Bo Hickman. Tuttle is another powerhouse, not like he used to be. Tuttle used to run away with this tournament. Tuttle's not like he used to be. Stillwater and Edmond North is, but Tuttle did get the championship. Bo Hickman at 138. And then you got Coach Snyder's son at 144. Great wrestler. If anybody know the Snyders, they lost one of their kids in a accident, years ago. Was a great wrestler himself, thoughts and prayers always go out to them. Then you got Kyle Vorrick, that's another Stillwater kid, and Snyder was from Edmond North, so that's Edmond North's first winner. Then you had the Kyle kid at 150. Then you had Lockett, young brother at Stillwater at 157.
Lockett?
No, it's not Lockett. But he won at Stillwater at 157. Then you got Landon Summer at Stillwater 165.
Damn,
and then you got Tylen McCollum at 175 for Edmond North. You got AJ for Stillwater at 190. Then you got Oscar Williams from Edmond North. And you got Ricky Thomas, a kid out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, that packed his bags, went over to Edmond North, winning at the heavyweight. It's funny, Ricky's at heavyweight now. I'd like to see what Claude G going to go to. So shout out to all these young men that won the Gary tournament, because it's a tough tournament, folks.
When did Edmond North get good?
In wrestling?
Yeah.
They put a superstar team together, but they put one together in Stillwater. So I'm going to put one. They put a superstar team together.
I'm getting old.
And then
Edmond North.
Yeah. But Edmond North's girls basketball and boys basketball team's good too.
I can see that basketball.
But I mean, Snyder's a good coach though. He's been around for a while though. I mean, he knows what he's doing. So, kudos to him and those guys. Carl Albert, I think their wrestling team. I think they won a tournament a couple weeks ago. I saw it. I couldn't find it, but I know they've won something. So I know they're doing big things in 5A. So that's great stuff with them. Like I said, going into Dell City, I know Dell City went out. We're back to basketball. I know Dell City went out to Texas and played in that. I want to say is the Wendy's.
Not sure.
It might be in the Wendy's tournament, but Garrison, their starting center, didn't play, so they didn't do as good. He came back just the other night. He played Deer Creek. They got beat by Deer Creek. Deer Creek had them down 35-19. I think Dell City ended up losing that game by 1 point, made it a game, but came up short. But Deer Creek, it showed me. That's why I tell people all the time, Deer Creek is in the Bigsby on this side of the state.
I do like Deer Creek.
I mean, I'm just telling you, man, it is a long drive, but, man, they got some good athletes, some good-looking athletes. I think they had 4 or 5 freshmen that played in that basketball game last night.
You think it's because it's close to Putnam City?
I just think,
because when we played Little League, that's all. It was Putnam City kids.
It's a good place to live. You got a little bit of money. It's nice and quiet out there.
It is.
So I just think that these guys that was going to Edmond Memorial, Edmond North, they're all is shift to go to Deer Creek or Piedmont. Watch out for Piedmont. I think Piedmont will be the next school that moves up.
Piedmont's pretty good too.
It's going to be good. But Deer Creek, I'm just telling you right now, folks. Deer Creek will play for the state championship in football next year against Muskogee. I know Choctaw think they'll still be in the mix, but they got to figure out the quarterback situation. Is it going to be the young man, or is it going to be the guy that's coming off injury, or Cash Williams? But we shall see. But I think Deer Creek could be right there with Muskogee. I think you can't count out PC West next year in football, because I think Alexander have those guys turned around. But back to Dell City, they end up taking third in this tournament. Like I said, they got beat by Deer Creek, ended up getting third place in this tournament. They knocked out Southeast pretty good. You had a young man on our show, Fields. He's the real deal in basketball. He did shoot the ball really good. I think he got a chance to knock some of those shots that he shot. The game a little bit been closer. But I just tell you, Dale City, they're good. They got the point guard back. I sat next to his grandpa at the game. Excuse me. Sat next to his grandpa at the game. He can shoot the ball. McAllister can shoot the ball pretty good, too. I think they depend on Garrison, but I think Garrison and Foreman kind of let him. If you watch Foreman on the football field, you see him on the basketball basketball court. I think he's really natural on the basketball court. I know he's going to go play college basketball, but I mean football, but I think he's really good little basketball player, too. He handles the ball really good for a big guy his size. He runs the court real good, but I just think, going into college football, he's going to have to get a little bit more physical, though, because basketball is not as as physical as football, but I think he's got to get a little bit physical.
What number is this? In football.
What number was it? Number 8.
Oh, okay. The defensive end?
Yeah, play defensive end.
He plays basketball?
He plays basketball. He got some good handling. He really does. So it just kind of tells you right there, Lenny Burt won their basketball tournament. Burt.
Lenny's still coaching?
Lenny's still coaching. He got that bomber magic out there at PC West. They won their tournament. Who did they play? They played Lawton in the championship. The girls got beat by Edmond North girls. Edmond North girls are the real deal. Coming off the winning the championship last year against Bigsby. It just kind of tells you where they're at. I mean, basketball, folks, I'm just telling you, you get in that gym, and I'm telling you, last night that gym was packed. Boy, I'm telling you, it was. I'm really disappointed in Bishop McGinnis, though. I know they probably gonna throw eggs at me, but
the gym, they need to
the gym was bad. The popcorn was high as hell. The nachos didn't have no peppers. I mean, just a lot of bad things.
So wait, time out. Was it the gym that you didn't like, or the food that you didn't?
I mean, a little bit of both, Jay.
God damn.
I'm just gonna keep it at 100 here. A little bit of both.
Put some sweet and low in your nachos.
Hey, sweet low, I don't do that. I'm trying to get my man get 50 points. I'm telling you, he gonna try that. He gonna call me like, man, I put up 60.
Who is it?
Dayton.
Oh, Dayton.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, basketball's in full effect, man. We got some good games. Shout out to Memphis City Bomber girls. Ended up taking third in the Weatherford tournament. Beat Piedmont by 1 point. Tell you folks, Piedmont is the real. I'm telling you. Piedmont and Deer Creek is going to be a wrecking force on this side of the state.
Right.
They growing. Kind of like Choctaw grew, and they kind of stopped, But I'm just telling you, they're growing, man. I mean, they're just growing. And I'm just telling you, man, I mean, Deer Creek had a young brother, man. Can you look his name up real quick? He's the one that had the dunk. Jonah.
What's his name?
He's on that Twitter page when he's dunking the ball. He's number 24.
On our Twitter page?
Yeah. He's the one that had the dunk. I tagged him in it. It was a dunk of the game, man. I mean, I'm telling you.
The Jeremiah?
Yeah.
This
kid right here. If you listen to this show, he don't play football. If you are a Deer Creek coach, football coach,
he need to be on that field.
Go grab this young man. Don't grab him too hard because I don't want him to get no assault charges against you. Grab him and say, son, I know you like basketball, but if you come play defensive end, you're going to go D1. You're going to go D1. You ain't got to worry about it. Your education going to be paid for.
Not everybody's built for football.
Man, I'm telling you, Jonah, this kid, I mean, if you put him out there and teach him not to jump offside, Deshaun jumped offside.
Right.
Deshaun Brown. So if he learns not to jump offside, this kid going to go somewhere.
Right.
I'm just telling you, and everybody leaving Oklahoma State, so he can probably get a scholarship up there.
Goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? So if you tell this young man, don't.
With all the receivers that OSU's gone, I might have to go over there and try to walk on, see what we can have.
Hey,
get him, E.
Hey, E. They ain't got nobody to throw it to you, so it ain't gonna make no difference.
That's true.
I'm just telling you,
they gonna make no.
Hey, yeah. I know Reed DeQuazy got a couple power walk-ons or whatever, preferred walk-ons.
Is that where he's going?
I mean, I know Iowa State looked at him. OU's kind of talking to him. Iowa State and Oklahoma State.
OSU,
but I mean, I talked to his dad yesterday. Why the hell should he get a preferred walk-on? Shit, they safety just left him with the Notre Dame. The other safety left going to the NFL. They got some scholarships. Everybody, hey, if you go to Oklahoma State, you're going to get to play.
Right.
You're going to get to play. Because they ain't got nobody. They just don't. They just ain't got nobody. They just don't. But we'll finish up real quick. I'm almost done. But basketball's full effect, man. You got some tough games coming up these next couple weeks, man. You'll have that Carl Albert Dale City played. Then you have Dale City play Douglas, because I know Douglas came and stole a couple players from them, at least one player from them. Still sitting on the couch. I got that picture too. So make sure you put that picture up. But I'm just saying, Douglas gonna do his thing, man. Everything's in full effect. Wrestling, basketball. I think somebody said, you're right at the peak of it, because wrestling it'll be over here in a couple weeks, man. You start getting ready for regionals and what is that? Dual state. I think dual state's the funnest thing you ever can go to. If you've never been to a dual state tournament, go to a dual state. But said next show we'll get into more of the rankings. We'll have another special guest next show. Excuse me. I'll probably try to get a coach on, ladies coach. I might try to get Jennifer Douglas, since she dissed us last time over from El Reno. I know she'll be coming up playing Carl Albert. Like I said, I know Carl Albert girls got beat. Over Christmas break, they went out to that Ada tournament, got beat by that team. What is it called? Cato. I mean, that Cato team, folks. I mean, they're Class A. Follow them, man. I'm telling you, they knocked off Carl Albert. They knocked off Tuttle, and they knocked off Bethel. Those are all high classes in them, and they went did that and took care of business. So it just tells you, man, if you play high school basketball, doesn't matter what class you're in, as long as you can put the ball through the net, you can do big things. Fellas, y'all got anything else for me?
No, sir.
No, I think I'm good. We just want to, again, thank you for tuning in, watching the video. Go ahead, Tony.
We got to get more. We should. Our show is too damn good to not be having more subscribers. We got to find a way to get more subscribers, because
we're almost at 300.
I don't give a shit. We should be at 1,000 now. We're
How many
good.
years you been doing?
Huh?
How many years?
I mean, it's 2 years, but still don't matter. Man, we're putting out great product. There's no one putting out. I mean,
you gotta change it up.
But this is one thing I gotta say though. We're out there seeing the kids, man. I'm in the stadium. I mean, I got my wife taking pictures. I got my daughter taking pictures. I got a new camera, so we coming long and strong. I'm telling you right now, man. We're giving out scholarships. We're doing all the right things. We're talking to kids. They're having fun on the show. I mean, you can see, man, we're up to over 1,000 people following us on Twitter. It just tells you right there we're doing the right things. But we got to get more people to subscribe to the show and watch the show. It does, but I mean, we got to do a better job as us three is going out there. Maybe we do a goal each week that we try to get 10 new followers to come to join the show, because I think if I think me and E and you got to we got to go to a game one. I mean, like, we'd have more time. I know coming out of holidays, but maybe go to a basketball game and set up a table. And when people walk in, I mean, I got my shirts. I can give away T-shirts now, so that's gonna be to help some stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I just need to advertise.
Yeah,
more.
a little bit more advertise. And once we start, like I said, we get 1,000 viewers, man. We start to get. We might get a little check.
No, I ain't trying to do it for the check.
Okay. No, I'm just saying they might. Hey, I mean, every little penny counts in that gas tank.
You do owe me 2 cents.
Okay, 2 cents. But anything else? I didn't mean to cut you off, but I said we got to do a better job of doing that, though.
Is that the 6'7" cat?
No, that's the guy from Michigan. Young guy from Michigan. I'm on Twitter right now following OU recruiting news, so that's what he's talking
he did.
about.
He don't care about the show. He just care about OU. If you talk about OU, in.
That is not it.
Hey, this is
we at the end of the show. I was about to say my closing statements. I had to check Twitter
everybody
real
check
quick.
this out real quick. This is E. Say OU. We're talking.
Oh,
we're
he
just
ain't
talking.
gonna flag to keep it 100.
Listen. So, if you're talking, just keep it 100. This is E. Now say OU.
He wakes up.
I mean,
he dials up.
He's like, oh, you. But like I said, thank you for everybody, man. I love when we got a young man on like that though, because he speaks the truth, man. Like I said, my daughter's out there putting in work. She got a tough job this week. This is her schedule this week, and it don't get easy. I gave her this weekend off. She twisted her ankle. We took this weekend off. We had a couple chances to go play with our team up there in Wichita. We had a team playing in Oklahoma. We decided to just kind of take the weekend off, let her rest, because Monday night we got Guthrie 7th and 8th grade. Tuesday night we got Midwest City. We got Midwest City 7th and 8th grade. Wednesday night we're all going to go see Coach Chris, get in that gym, get them shots up, and Coach Allison. Thursday night she's in that 7th grade. Hey, Chata. She's in that 7th grade tournament, but she won't probably get to play Chata because we'll be leaving Friday night, right after the Friday night game, because we're playing in that big.
How's she gonna be in the tournament and leaving?
Because we're going with our Della Lamb Adidas team.
She in 5 tournaments.
She
got to clone her, huh? So why sign her for all them tournaments?
We didn't sign it. No, we was gonna get to play in that 7th grade tournament just the other day. Hey, man, you got to put that work in. Like D said, put that work
putting
in.
in too much work.
Hey, man, you know what? You only live once. Go get it. Close it out, Big E.
He said,
All right. Just want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School.
The best high school podcast on this side of heaven.
this side of heaven.
But yeah, keep liking, subscribing, commenting, retweeting, liking, all that good stuff. So we appreciate it, and we'll be back, 2 weeks from now?
We'll come back. Won't be here next Sunday. We'll be back the Sunday after that. We'll have another special guest on. Start talking a little bit of wrestling. Maybe have one wrestling on, one basketball. We'll be dialed into a little bit more recruiting. Signing day should be gone past. Thank you. Good luck to all those young men that's gone and went on. I know Jack and Stills went off to Akron. I know Gaines is going off to Lindenwood. So I know Canigel and Foreman just signed with their both schools.
K-State and OSU.
So good luck to all these young men, man, that's going to go to their next chapter. Good luck to you. Hope Jordan Muse finds a home. I hope all these kids that got in the transfer portal can find a home, because I tell you, sometimes you don't, and guess what? It's the end of the road, Charlie Brown. So hopefully everybody can find them a home and go play college ball and finish up strong. So thank you for another great episode of Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. We'll see you next time. See ya.
I gotta keep it 100. My men keep it 100. My ladies keep it 100. My peoples keep it 100.
One hundred.